Episode 1. The Oath That Forged a Legend. Imagine standing on the shores of a city that has survived countless wars, its people thriving, unaware that the seeds of its doom have already been sown. That city was Rome. That seed was a boy named Hannibal, who at the tender age of 9 swore a promise that would echo through history. Hannibal Barca was born in 247 BC in Carthage, a sprawling city of wealth and ambition on the coast of North Africa. Carthage was a place of merchants, soldiers, and ruthless politics, a city still smarting from its defeat in the First Punic War. Hannibal's father, Hamilcar Barca, was a military genius, hardened by war, carrying the bitterness of Carthage's loss like a weapon. From the moment Hannibal could understand words, he understood that his father had a burning hatred for Rome. But Hamilcar did more than speak of revenge. He demanded loyalty to an oath that would shape a destiny. On a warm Mediterranean morning, in the sacred halls of their family temple, Hamilcar made young Hannibal swear before the gods, pressing his small hand into the altar and asking, "Do you swear to never be at peace with Rome?" The boy's voice was steady, unwavering, a chilling promise echoing in the hallowed halls. From that moment, Hannibal's path was set. Rome would be the enemy, and one day it would feel the wrath of Carthage through him. Hannibal's childhood was unlike any other. While other boys played games or learned simple trades, he trained as a soldier. He learned strategy from Hamilcar, studied the terrain of North Africa, and observed the discipline of Carthage's armies. But his education was not only tactical, it was moral and psychological. He learned how to inspire men, how to command loyalty, and how to bend fear into a weapon. By the time he was a teenager, Hannibal had already traveled across Spain with his father, watching Carthage expand its territories after the First Punic War. These campaigns were brutal, filled with skirmishes, ambushes, and political intrigue. Hannibal learned early that leadership demanded courage, cunning, and a willingness to make impossible decisions. He studied elephants, unusual beasts that became an extension of his strategy, training them to carry men, supplies, and even strike terror into enemy lines. Every detail of warfare fascinated him, from troop placement to supply chains, and even the psychological manipulation of opponents. Hannibal faced tragedy early. Hamilcar's death in Spain left the young boy under the watch of generals and politicians who often underestimated him. Many doubted that a mere teenager could hold the weight of Carthage's vengeance, but Hannibal's mind was sharper than most adults. He absorbed every lesson, studied every weakness, and honed a patience that would later become one of his deadliest weapons. By the age of 26, a moment came that would change history. Carthage, embroiled in tension with Rome over territories in Spain, needed a commander. Political intrigue and battlefield losses had removed other options. Hannibal, who had long demonstrated brilliance in skirmishes and tactics, was unexpectedly elevated to supreme command. For the young general, it was both a triumph and a burden. The eyes of Carthage were upon him, and the threat of Rome loomed large. Hannibal's early victories in Spain were decisive, showcasing not only strategy but his ability to inspire loyalty in soldiers of many different origins, Carthaginian, Iberian, and Numidian alike. But the true test of his genius, and the fulfillment of the oath he had sworn as a boy, was yet to come. A choice lay before him. Wait defensively in Carthaginian territory or strike at Rome itself, carrying war into the heart of his sworn enemy. Hannibal chose the path that would become legend. The boy who swore an oath had grown into a man prepared to defy the odds. But crossing the Mediterranean lands, gathering elephants, and leading an army to Rome would demand more than courage. It would demand that he turn every hardship, every danger, every betrayal into a stepping stone toward destiny. The question lingered. Could a single man, even one as brilliant as Hannibal, truly challenge the might of Rome? His answer would come in ways the world had never imagined, beginning with a journey that no army had ever survived. And that journey, the march that would etch Hannibal's name into history, was about to begin. And as Hannibal looked toward the mountains beyond Spain, he knew one thing. The world would soon witness a general unlike any before him, whose audacity would shake empires to their core. If you think crossing seas and marching armies through mountains is impossible, wait until you see what Hannibal does next. The Alps are only the beginning.